Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Pelek. I want to start by saying a big thank you to all who continue to share words of encouragement in the comment section. I do read and appreciate all your comments, so thank you very much. In this episode, I want to talk about how to stay grounded amidst chaos and how to build resilience. Although we're going through strange times with the pandemic and its continued impact on our lives, and the world around us is scary, confused, and there are a lot of unknowns, it is possible to thrive in our day-to-day lives. Staying grounded means taking charge of your own thoughts and feelings and maintaining emotional balance in a confused world. Unfortunately, it is not always easy to find a community or a support network to aid you in your emotional well-being, especially that nowadays places that are supposed to be safe or that used to be considered safe are not safe places anymore. Most of the time, we look externally for emotional stability instead of looking within. Today, the sense of feeling deeply rooted, deeply centered, and being able to handle anything is a gift. The pandemic, economic, social, and political events in the past year or so shook a lot of us. We continue to hear negative noise around us, and we become dependent on instant news. I remember when the pandemic first broke out, my eyes were glued to my phone, trying to get all and every information, and I became dependent on instant news, social media, and plugging in, making me worry and panic about a lot of things. To help ground yourself, I want to share with you 3 practices to work on so that you can choose your own path and not let the world decide how you feel. The first thing is to practice gratitude. Take a moment to think of something you're grateful for. The Bible tells us to give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God. The Bible also tells us to let the peace of Christ rule in our hearts, to which indeed we were called in one body, and to be thankful. Put these verses into action and let your gratitude change from feelings to words. How many thank yous do you say? Is it a habitual response or an afterthought? How are you feeling when you express thanks in small transactions? To help, try gratitude's journaling, that is writing down things you're grateful for. Writing helps us to organize the process of our thoughts. When you do that, you will have a calm and clear mind, because you're choosing to focus on the positives in your life and less on the negatives. So there's so many ways that you can do it. For example, you can write down a few people who you're thankful for and why. Practice gratitude by acknowledging the role these other people play in providing your life with goodness. These could be your family members, your mother, your siblings, your spouse. It could be colleagues in your workplace. It could be your friends. It could be your acquaintances. Share it out loud with them if you'd like. Practicing gratitude can improve your mental health and boost your relationship with others. Living your life with gratitude helps you to notice the little wins. Each of the small moments, when put together, creates a web of well-being that over time strengthens your ability to notice the good. On gratitude, Philippians 4:6-7 tells us, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus." The second thing is to practice self-compassion. Self-compassion is extending compassion to oneself in instances of perceived inadequacy, failure, or general suffering. When bad things happen to others, we feel sorry for them, and we do what we can to help. Treat yourself the same way. This means stop criticizing yourself for normal mistakes. Instead, try being kind and forgiving to yourself. God made a good creation when He made you. For you to hate yourself and to think that you're lower than everyone else does not honor what God did when He created you. Never forget that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Self-compassion is a form of self-care. You may try to change in ways that allow you to be more healthy and more happy, but this is done because you care about yourself, not because you are worthless or unacceptable as you are. No. Perhaps most importantly, having compassion for yourself means that you honor and accept your humanness, recognizing that being imperfect, failing, and experiencing life difficulties is inevitable. So be gentle with yourself when confronted with painful experiences, rather than getting angry when life falls short of set ideals. People cannot always be or get exactly what they want. One way to practically do this is to think of a situation you have experienced. Think of someone you care about and imagine them going through that particular situation. How would you comfort them? If you're honest with yourself, you will recognize that you're being overly harsh on yourself. It takes time to have self-compassion. So the more you practice, the better you can quiet your inner critic. The third thing is to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we're doing, and not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. In these uncertain times, practicing mindfulness will go a very long way. It is something we all naturally possess. It's more readily available to us when we practice on a daily basis. Whenever you bring awareness to what you're directly experiencing via your senses or your state of mind via your thoughts and emotions, you are being mindful. And there's growing research showing that when you train your brain to be mindful, you're actually remodeling the physical structure of your brain. I want to recommend a book that made me change the way I think, react, and practice mindfulness. This book is called Mindfulness in 8 Weeks by Michael Chaskelson. This book not only gives you the theory and science behind mindfulness, but it also provides a practical guideline and instructions that will help you in the journey of mindfulness. The book talks about a number of attitudinal qualities that are associated with mindfulness, such as non-judging, non-striving, non-attachment, things like acceptance, patience, trust, openness, things like curiosity, letting go, gentleness, non-reactivity, and loving kindness. The thing about mindfulness is that it's about living in the now, not thinking about the past or worrying too much about the future. Being mindful lets us focus our attention on what matters and what matters now. If you feel yourself having negative thoughts, sit down, take slow, deep breath. Focus on your breath as it moves in and out of your body. Sitting and breathing, even if it's just for a minute, can help give you peace of mind. Mindfulness takes practice, so try to do it on a daily basis. The more you do it, the better you get at it. I have come to the end of this episode, and as a way of wrapping up, there are 3 things we can do to stay grounded and build resilience during times of chaos and uncertainty. And that is 1, to practice gratitude. The second thing is to practice self-compassion. And lastly is to practice mindfulness. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content on self-development and improving yourself in various aspects of your life. So see you next time, and bye-bye.